Welcome to this week's I-26 update. We have a couple of minor surprises. First off, I came in from the other direction. I dropped off somebody in Asheville, then went and did this, and went back and picked them up. But we have the on-ramp from 40 onto 240 onto 26. But other surprises is that I guessed wrong again. Not that that's a big surprise. We have, the silence wall had something funky on it, and section of asphalt was being torn up. What else did I see that surprised me? I'm not sure what else there was, but we have a lot to see. Oh, not a surprise. Like I thought, the French Broad Bridge is getting some decking, plating, whatever it's called, in preparation for having the concrete poured. That's a major big step, and it's awesome to see. So let's get under the 190-1 bridge, go to the other side, and see what it looks like. I hope you're watching this on a big screen, because otherwise you can't see as much. I had a whole windshield. Why can't you be on a big screen? That's me. Anyhow. 191 Brevard Road. Alright, going down the other side. The circus is not in town. There was a white tent, not a multicolored tent like the circus uses, so oops. I don't know what they were doing, but they had a big tent set up, so oh well. Maybe it'll be here in another week or two. I swear that they've been here in October before. I don't know. Maybe they're not coming this year. We'll see. We have... I don't think we had any shoulder work on this upper portion, this north portion of the paving. But they did take out that container that the front end loader had been guarding. So wherever that went. The concrete pavers there are being cleaned up and I guess prepped for being moved to the other side of the bridge so that they can pave that section. But that's going to be a while. That'll be like the last thing they pave, I'll bet. I don't know. Can't be the last thing they pave because they got to pave this side. Anyhow, here comes the bridge, and they have been digging a little bit and placing a little bit of dirt there, so wonder how that's going to turn out. Maybe they're not going to dig it down. I don't know. But big crane, and you can see very little of the plating from this side, but by the time I come back, they'd placed a little bit more and started to spread across the bridge. Below 25%, but by Wednesday to Thursday of next week, I would imagine that they'll be pretty much done with putting down all the plating. So, gamble on that if you want. Coming to the bottom of the hill, still big piles of dirt, and they've put some straw on it, so they're not moving them anytime immediately. No cars going around me here. Going up the hill in this not very exciting part. You gotta wonder if they'll do any other changes when they tear this out to repave it with the concrete. And I wonder when. by the time they finish the bridge, I hope that they have the other side ready to go. It'd be a shame if they didn't, because that's a horrible amount of time lost. I don't know. Anyhow, coming up to this, we have two main decking pieces and the two starter pieces. How those are going to work out and when they're going to be placed and all that, I don't know. They were not placed this week. Again, I guessed wrong on that, which is not a real surprise. But I did, when I walked the bridge, I did see what I guessed wrong. They simply aren't ready to put the pieces up. I think that they're going to put the bracing legs up first, because they were working on some stuff on the leg. So watch the update on Wednesday for the bridge and see what that looks like, and I'll try to give as much commentary as I can with that one, because it was pretty cool what they were doing. But watch it so you can see for yourself. Anyhow, coming through to Long Shoals. The auxiliary road bridge, it really looks like they're going to take that all the way down and rebuild it. They did some work on the exit, and they have some piles of dirt there, so I'm guessing that it's going to be extended. It should be. They have some barriers on the right-hand side where they're going to be working to add more lanes to that, from what I understand. And the median paver thing, mold, whatever you call it, has been moved, and it's down south, so I'll point that out when we get there, because they're using it soon. Don't know how far they'll get, but they're using it soon. A little bit more dig out here, but the big thing is they're still digging in the middle where we're going over the top of the hill, right where you can't see anything, which is annoying, but oh well. So I tried to see as much as I could. There was an excavator at 𝐥𝐤𝐤 right here, digging away. The drill is gone, so maybe they only had a small amount to blast out. Who knows? I don't know how that's going to be sloped or how it's going to look when it's all done, but it is what it will be. And here we come down the hill. They do have some where was the grinder? I know I saw it. I think it was up by the airport this time. Or was it not? I don't remember. They are moving hundreds of tons of dirt. And I don't mean that lightly. We had to slow down here because a dump truck pulled off. And when I came back, there were 6 trucks pulling off. It was wild. But they're filling them all up and taking the dirt somewhere. I don't know where. I imagine we'll find out eventually if it matters. But it didn't look like they're really doing anything at Glenbridge Road. There's the truck that pulled off. They're digging up the roadway for the new pavement, and maybe that's why they're not doing anything on the other side, because they're trying to make this connection to finish up this roadway, and then when they get done, they'll take out Glenbridge Road. It's just not important right now because it's not being used and it won't be used. So just trying to get everything done. I did see a truck earlier this week that had those median triangles, and I'll bet you it went down south of the airport towards Fletcher right here, because that's where they're working. But more tractors, and here's the 𝐥𝐤𝐤 filling up trucks. They had a line of them when I came back. This pile of gravel seems to be getting taken somewhere as well, because there were trucks getting filled up from that. And then they have a little bit of breakup going on up on the other side of the bridge, but there was a grinder. Maybe that was the one back there, and he was taking up some of the last of the asphalt. There's a little grinder on the other side that was getting set up, and it got turned around and taken back the other way, spraying some water on the grounds to lower the dust levels. Thank you. Got a video of somebody filling one of those up when I did the, no, it wasn't bridge update, it was just earlier. Maybe Thursday? Might have been Thursday. And there it is. Yeah, that's the grinder. They had a big grinder there and a little grinder over on the other side, and they were taking up that asphalt, and they took up some of the asphalt around the median as on the way back. Yeah, so definitely two different grinders, and this one over here is most definitely smaller than the big one that was getting set up to run. So I pulled over and saw the little grinder right up here. But up here is the median mold. I know I saw it. Yeah, there it is right there. That was it. And so they're going to be pouring the median going north, plus they're setting up some of those median triangles down here to go south. And I was thinking about what they do on the bridge, and I took a look at Long Shoals, and it occurred to me that the median on the Long Shoals bridge is something like 6 inches to a little bit more. There's the grinder. Yeah, he was facing that direction. All right. Did a little skim. The median on the Long Shoals bridge is 6 inches or more shorter than the median everywhere else. So that's what they're doing for weight savings, is not putting as much concrete into the median by just shortening it so that the bridge doesn't get as overloaded, which is always important when you're building bridges. So I'm sitting here cruising along, not really thinking about people behind me, and I have a great big open space, and so people start passing me. I'm like, whatever, I guess I'll pull over. So like 3 cars were coming by, and so I had to wait for them. And this BMW pulled up, and he didn't just pass me, he passed me and punched it. I don't mean slightly. Watch this. He even puts out some black smoke because he dumped so much gas into his engine. I mean, 70 to 90 in 1 second. It was like, that was pointless. Oh well, made him feel better for whatever reason. But I lost a little bit of good viewing on the left because suddenly I'd have somebody there. Oh well. Lots of work going on at the exit here. I did try to pull over. I think that most everybody was gone by the time we got under the exit. But they are carving out a lot of dirt, and I do mean a lot. They have another line of trucks right here just getting filled up and filled up and filled up. So they're taking dirt somewhere, taking up the concrete and filling up the trucks with just clay dirt. Lots of earth moving right there. The exit coming off of Fletcher is finished. They did pull the crane back up out of the pit down there, and they've got the sleeves, caissons I think they're called, down over the I-beams that they sunk, and that's going to be interesting to see. I wonder why they had two directions on those. Maybe they're going to put in two forms, who knows. But they have the caissons there ready to be filled with concrete, or however it gets finished up, to make the piers for the bridge, and that's moving as quickly as possible. That was a hammer. On the way back, I've got the audio turned off, but on the way back I had most definite reverberations coming off of that drill as I went under the bridge, or whatever that was right there. The drill was taking chomps out of something, breaking up the concrete. And there's the asphalt going into the shoulder, onto the shoulder. They're finishing up this section, so it'll be done very soon, and they can focus on other ends. But then we come to the silence wall here at the way station, and they have a pile of dirt that doesn't look like they're worried about at this point in time, but they're going to have to. Right there on the left, behind that truck, that pile of dirt, that's got to be graded down so they have a proper roll-off from the shoulder, because honestly, there's just, that doesn't feel safe to have that pile of dirt right there, and it doesn't look finished either. But either way, they have some gaps up here still. I guess they're still working on it. There was a tractor in one of those on the way back, leveling it out, prepping it for final placement. I don't know. I just remember seeing it, and it was like, it isn't already finished? But then here, got silence wall all the way down, and then there's a big old gap. And I couldn't see it from this side, but there was something pretty funky there that I'll have to point out. That's why I couldn't see it, because the trucks were in the way. And they got the drill sitting there waiting to climb the hill a little bit and drill out the holes for the end of the silence wall. And I don't think there was really much, if anything, going on up here. Maybe a little bit for signposts. Not a whole lot to really talk about going up this hill. That front end loader was moving something. Maybe that was putting in some dirt around that signpost that I saw last week getting put in place. Be interesting to see what that looks like when we're all done. Lots and lots and lots of traffic on the road. Oh my heavens. It was not moving full speed going north. Took a long time to get north. About 20 to 22 minutes to get down here, and about 40 to get back. It was busy today. Must be a lot of people coming in for the fall colors that are about to hit. We are about to get slammed with fall colors. Okay, going down the other side with the lane shift, and of course I switch over in a very nice place. And we have the paver. That tells me that all of the paving is done going north to Fletcher, at least that they can do for now. And it also tells me that they are almost finished with the bridge, and they're going to begin making the transitions so that we will be shifted over to that fairly soon. That's going to be fun to see. The sides are on the bridge. They did pour them. That would have been neat to see. I wish that I traveled down this way more often, but that would take a lot of time. And that truck was trying to pass me for the longest time, and he just flew out of there. Anyhow, more shoulder work when that machine gets going again, and the paver. So they're getting ready to finish this section up, but they got to get everything else done. So did the clover leaves this time. And I pulled over and stopped, so I'm going to have to edit that out. Shoot, I forgot to do that earlier. Oh well. So coming up here, they'd have, oh, that's another drill. They're breaking up the concrete right there, or asphalt and concrete. And so that's going to be changed out as well. So come up here and I pull off for a moment. So let me clip that out. Okay. Taking off again. Going around the cloverleaf. And I had an Audi behind me, and he took 3 cloverleafs instead of just 2 because he obviously missed the other exit. Poor guy. He probably wondered why in the world I was going back north, as I was wondering why he was following me. Ward of the Clothing building looking very nice again. They did a very good job with that one. And we have actually a pretty clear road. There was nobody there, so I just punched it and got out on the road. Then looked in my rearview mirror and the guy disappeared because he obviously went up the other cloverleaf to get back on. Going to Hendersonville. But the hammer drill back there, whatever it is, breaking up concrete. It did have the arm up so you could see the drill, but chisel, hammer chisel. So that's what it is, chisel. I knew I was thinking the wrong word. Anyhow, so second look at the Clear Creek Bridge. And traveling along. Not a lot to really write home about from this view, but it is good to see that they're getting ready to bring in the transitions and finish off that section of road. However quickly that's going to go. Surely it can't take too long, because they need to get us off of this old paving so that they can change it out. Coming up the hill, the dark gravel still appears to be, oh yeah, I had a truck pull out in front of me. Not a big deal. Thankfully I had no other cars around me, which really saved me a headache. But the dark gravel there really hasn't changed. I didn't really look at the other one because I was coming over the hill and paying attention to the cars in front of me. But yeah, it doesn't look like it's changed much either. So they obviously don't need a lot more gravel since they're pulling up all of the mechanical stabilization, and they have way more gravel than they can ever use, or at least from what I know about. And the front end loader down this hill was working on stuff. That looks like about the same place that well, that's a truck. Where was that front end loader? Maybe he went away. Anyhow, it looked like he was filling something in when we were traveling up there, and you can see the median there. So they've got a lot of median triangles placed. There's the front end loader. Maybe there's been another sign anchor put in place. Who knows? Lots of median put in, or the rebar for the median. And the paver was sitting still because they ran out of trucks of asphalt to use. But they are definitely tying together all that median there. Those two guys were doing that. Saw them actually moving wire. And then take a look here. That's a piece of median right there. What the heck? Why are they gonna do what? That's just weird to me. Is it gonna have a metal screen there because there's some kind of a bridge right there? I mean, just, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't know what's going on there or why. But that's a median piece. The triangle rebar there for a median. So they're going to pave that, and you saw the tractor there working on that one section. But that one just blew my mind out of the water. Absolutely, completely blew it out of the water. And they filled in the 5 sections right there. So they're done. Well, they are done. Okay. They're going to have space for the shoulder, and that's it. More trucks. I guess those were trucks with asphalt, but I didn't see any steam coming off of them, smoke, whatever. So I don't know. Anyhow, up here, got a little bit of traveling going on. But, you know, all this is pretty much done. So twiddle your thumbs for a moment. Get up to the Fletcher Bridge. And they have the north side of the bridge done. Oh, that guy was rolling. So he's rolling stuff flat. And there's the paver with the shifter machine. Yeah, those 2 trucks must have just finished and were going back to get a refill or something. Don't know. I don't know. Where's the asphalt plant? I don't even know where that is. This guy was cruising along. That looked like he was doing top speed, which is less than half of what we're doing, but I was doing, but still, he was moving. Okay, this guy, absolute echo. He was hitting something hard, and I heard the hammer blows all the way up to the bridge. So maybe it was reflecting off the bridge, I don't know, but it was pretty blasted loud. A lot of stuff getting torn up there beside the median. And the bridge, I didn't see anything on the south side, which we come to first, but they did have the what are they called? The round things. He was about to lift that thing. I don't know why, but the caissons, I guess they're caissons, were in place. I didn't get a good look at those I-beams. Either way, major progress with that bridge. It's probably going to be done just as quickly as the other side. So, and then all these trucks sitting there getting filled up. And there were a lot of trucks today. Then again, they have this other spot up here looking like it needs to be cleared out and final graded right there. They just need to dig it out. But man alive, they were moving tons upon tons upon tons. Hundreds of tons of dirt getting moved today. Just so much. It was amazing how much was there. And I slowed down so that these guys could get in front of me. Probably didn't need to worry about it, could just shift it over to the other side, but I wanted to get everything on the right view. So pull up here, then I'm like, yeah, I can go down the left side now. So I pulled over, got moving, and I did take a good look at the Cane Creek Bridge. They do have 2 sets of drains. There's a sign anchor. 2 sets of drains on both sides of the bridge. I guess they're expecting it to get a lot of water down in that area. And then we almost stopped. I do mean almost stopped. It was slow going right here. Never really got down to drastically slow speeds, but we stayed below 50. Anywhere from 30 to 50 all the way up to the airport pretty much. And then the airport had total stop. Be nice for the left side view. But I stayed back to keep a nice panoramic view. And oh yeah, the right hand side, it looked like they did just a leveling there, like they're gonna put something there, honestly. It was, I don't know. Right there before the bridge, that switch box or whatever. There's the bridge, and you can see the drains there. And then the median. So they're going to finish that up. Then the grinder had come down. Where's the grinder? It was up here. I guess it was on the other side of the not way station, rest area. Little skid steer. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, just taking a little skim off. I mean, it didn't look like it was taking off more than about an inch, maybe 2 at most. And it jumped over this little drain right there, just going off the screen. So they didn't want to damage things. They just picked up the cutter and went on the other side of it. But it was only taking a little skim off the top, so something to do with the median coming in, and they're going to maybe pour more down when they're done. Who knows? Again, down to 30, 35 miles an hour. And the median piece, this thing's tucked in my neck. There's the median mold, whatever it's called. Somebody was coming up on the freeway right there. They had been stopped. So not a whole lot in this section, but a whole lot is going on right here. Preparation for other work to be done. And was that grinder still over here? Yeah, I think it was. Yep, there it is. And he's got 6 trucks waiting to be filled, so they're taking up a lot of asphalt there. And I do mean a lot. Coming to the bridge, and since the Mustang pulled over, I hustled up and got ahead of him. Her, whoever. Them. Then we had stop and go traffic, and this was just lovely. Because, of course, I can't see a whole lot on the other side, and we go over the hill and I can't see Jack on the other side, and we're just sitting here. So, let me do some pauses and some edits. Alright, little pause. That's still not really moving. And I was looking at something on my phone trying to find out how backed up it was, and then they started moving, so I had to go back to filming. I wouldn't mind getting another camera. Oh well. So I can use my phone for other things. So we have a little bit of a view of the work happening down here around Glen Bridge. And you can see there's a excavator track hoe on top of the pile of gravel. Still getting rid of that gravel. And they are digging a big hole there where they did the mechanical stabilization. They must be finding something loose or not stable to be putting that much time and effort into digging that hole out. I really do wonder what's going on. But that's what they're doing, so whatever. Part of the process. And we slow down to a crawl again. Little puffy white cloud out there. It was a very clear day. Looked beautiful. Now this evening it's getting all cloudy and looking like we're going to have some storms coming through. That space on the right, they're clearing for a subdivision. I can't imagine wanting to buy one of those houses. And just, ugh, not that close to the freeway. They'll have to put up their own silence wall. And then the pollution and all kinds of stuff. Just not interesting to me. Oh well. They did some major clearing this last week there. I come over Rockwood Road pretty well every day to get to the airport. And there's the trucks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, just 4. But still, you know, lots and lots of trucks taking stuff out of there. I wonder where it's going to and if it'll come back, because they are moving a lot of material in the hundreds of tons range, because each of those trucks can hold anywhere from 10 to maybe 18 tons, and they're doing, from the looks of it, at least 2 to 4 trips a day. They just got lots of people, lots and lots going on. And then we get to slow down and go over the hill at a minuscule pace. But you can see a little bit to the left over there, they're still working on clearing out. They haven't decided to start building back up yet, all the way down. And so we get to twiddle. Feel free to skip at least a minute or two here, because there's not much to see going over, unless you want to listen to me. Talking and talking. Sing your way home at the end of the day. Sing your way home. Sing your troubles away. That doesn't seem right. I used to know that song very well. Smile every mile forever we roam. It will brighten your road, it will lighten your load if you sing your way home. Okay, so I follow this truck into Long Shoals. Or at least 2 Long Shoals. He goes on. Lots and lots of traffic. Oh my heavens. The other side, every time one of those trucks pulled over and slowed down, it would back up everybody behind them. And so there was just stop and go traffic. Because there's so many people on 26, it backed everybody up all the way to 191. It was completely stopped. When I went back to do the rest of the run back up to 40. Plus you've got the 6% grade going up and down at the parkway. So, you know, a truck slows down and they can't accelerate up that hill if they're going under 40 miles an hour. But off we go on to Long Shoals to leave the poor folk to travel up to the top of the parkway. And off we go. So, now it's time to turn around and come back the other direction, and I got stuck behind a box north of Long Shoals. Wonderful white screen there in front of me, and he went out to the freeway. So enjoy the white screen in front of you as we get up to the freeway. Not a lot to see, but there is a little bit. I tried to stay back from him a little ways, and of course he was going very slow. Must have had something that he was worried about tipping over. They have not finished this on-ramp. For as much as this looks finished, I don't think it's completely finished. I don't know. Have 2 lanes coming on? Maybe. I took the first opening that I saw. Then that truck just kind of sat there for a bit as I tried to get over into the left-hand lane so I could see more. So I just punched it and got in front of the truck. Hopefully it wasn't really rude. I just, you know, wanted to get the left side view. Sorry. And we go up the hill. The auxiliary road bridge, and again, it's looking like they're taking out pretty much everything that they put in place before, but they haven't taken out those, what are they called? The barriers? I've had the word before. Why is it not in my head now? Anyhow, I hate it when I do that. Those things to hold the dirt back while they built the mechanical stabilization. They haven't taken them out, but they're digging all of the gravel out, and they've built up some dirt back on the uphill side, the north side. I would like to know what that final bridge is supposed to look like and how they're going to finish it. I guess we get to find out together. This crane does not appear to have moved, so it's waiting on something big to happen at the auxiliary road. I'm guessing that it's only there to put the beams across the bridge. Who knows? But the big crane at the Parkway Bridge doesn't look like it's moved in the last day, because usually it's turned or it's tilted a little bit more, but that's the parked position from what I've seen so far. You can see the other deck piece laying down beside the twins for the center. So I'm guessing that when they get done with all the prep on the leg, they're going to put the first 2 pieces in as well as the bracing, because they have to have the bracing in there before they can put the bigger pieces on. Can't see much down towards the bottom of the hill on the other side. Again, when the leaves come off, we'll be able to see more. That should be less than 3 weeks from now, so that will be nice to be able to see a little bit more out the right side view. Hopefully it'll be worth the wait, and hopefully we'll see them moving equipment in there to finish the prep and get the road paved. There's something that was happening down here at the bottom of the hill, and got a little bit blinded by the weeds growing up there, and a little bit, it was just not low enough to really see what they were doing. Oh well, this does look a little bit more finished from right there on down. Just looks a little bit different, but not enough for me to say it really has been finalized. But that guy was moving slow, like he didn't want to disturb it. So I'm going to say that they're about ready to do something here. Not sure, but, you know, guesstimation, they're going to be doing something before this bridge gets done. And if I see the concrete paver get finished up, that'll be a big sign. So here we go. Lots and lots of panels down. I'd say that's close to 1/4 of the bridge. So by next Thursday or Friday, I'm going to say that they're going to have all those plates down so that they can start doing rebar or whatever it is to pour the concrete. Pavers again don't look like they've been affected. Look like they're just going to need to be cleaned up. I wonder where those will move to next, because I don't see them doing anything else right here at the bridge, but at the same time, who knows? Either way, we are coming up to the top of the hill, and this guy was slowing down to 45. He must have had a heavy load or something. Lots of things to look at that aren't being used right now. And that is a full run. So thank you for watching the whole thing if you did. If you haven't, I don't blame you. This kind of stuff gives motion sickness like crazy. I fully understand and appreciate your inability to watch this whole thing. It took me months of watching these videos on my own computer to be able to not get literally sick from motion sickness watching it. It just takes doing it over and over until you get used to it. It takes commitment. And off we go to I-40 again. So thank you for watching. Do the comment, like, subscribe, and everything if you haven't already. And I know I really only have one person that watches this whole video, so thank you very much for your time. Hopefully I'll get more people who will do that. And I will see you next week. So have a good week. Enjoy all that there is, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.